Hello and welcome to Lesson 6, Step C of the race strategy, citing evidence to support your response.
The type of support is really going to depend on the purpose for your writing. If you're being asked to write something to persuade, then you're going to have opinion-based evidence. However, if you are being asked to write something informative, the evidence that you find is going to be objective, meaning that there is no opinion. So let's talk about opinion-based evidence. At its most basic form, if you want something to appear favorable, or if you like something, or you feel good about something, you are going to find evidence that paints that thing in a positive light. On the other side, if something is unfavorable, or if you don't like something, then you're going to find evidence that is negative. Let's look at this with an example. If you're being asked to give your stance on a character or your opinion or attitude towards a character, and that character, let's just say the Tooth Fairy. If you have a good feeling about the Tooth Fairy and you feel as though the Tooth Fairy is a good guy, you're going to say something like, well, they leave you money for your teeth. If you think that the Tooth Fairy is a bad guy, you would say something like, they break into your house while you're sleeping. Not a good idea. Let's talk about objective evidence. Objective evidence is something that is not opinion-based, and it's when you're trying to prove something. Either you're trying to prove that something exists within the text, or something exists in general, something that was said, or maybe something happened. These are all things that you don't have an opinion about. They either happened, were said, exist, or don't. For example, if you're being asked to compare and contrast the winter and the summer, these are going to be very objective, factual things. Talking about the winter, it's cold, there's snow, you can go sledding, the days are short. No opinion in there at all. Whereas the summertime, it's hot, it rains, you can go swimming, the days are longer. Let's practice this with a passage. A potential question. What does the word besieged mean as it is used in the passage? In a house besieged live a man and a woman. From where they cowered in the kitchen, the man and woman heard small explosions. The wind, said the woman. Hunters, said the man. The rain, said the woman. The army, said the man. The woman wanted to go home, but she was already home, there in the middle of the country, in a house besieged. Well, what does besieged mean? We're going to look for objective evidence. We're going to find things that just exist to support our answer. We're looking for context clues. First, we identify the word besieged. It's being used twice here in the passage. The word itself doesn't really help us, so we need to look at the words around it to determine its meaning. Words like coward, they're hiding in fear. They are hearing small explosions. There's obviously not a birthday party going on outside. There's hunters. There's an idea that someone's coming after them. The army, again, this idea that there's some sort of a threat that's present. Using all of these context clues, we can conclude that the word besieged has something to do with being occupied, being, I don't want to say repressed, but being captured or held prisoner in some way. Whereas if we're looking for an opinion-based or a persuasive piece, and we're talking about Adele, what is your opinion on Adele? If you don't like her, you're going to say things like, her voice is shrill and piercing, or she's always whining about her breakups. That word has a connotation. It's showing us that she's annoying. Whereas if you were favorable towards Adele, you would say, oh, her skin is flawless, her music is inspirational. That's positive evidence. And again, it's all opinion-based. So now it is your turn. You are now ready to answer the questions below the video. Take your time and give this assessment your best effort.